Hello and welcome to Fortress, Alaska. I'm your host Dave, and today's video is going to be relatively short. It just has to do with berries in Alaska. It is fall. Berry picking is a very common pastime here in Alaska, so I thought I'd show you some of the berries that are available. Now please do not use this video for identification purposes. It's just to show you the berries that I pick and eat, but I wouldn't use the video for identification purposes because there's not that much detail in it. If you would like to identify berries, I recommend you get a good book on identifying berries, and preferably one that covers your local area. But this is the book I use. It's just called Alaska Wild Berries and Berry-like Fruit, and as you can see, it's pretty tattered because it travels in a backpack or in a pocket to help identify berries that I don't normally recognize. So please sit back, enjoy the video. Like I said, it's just a short video on various berries that are found here in Alaska. I mostly show edible berries, but I do show some to just leave alone. So anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And here we have the first blueberries of the season. You can see we got this blueberry bush here. You can pan out, and I got lots of blueberry bushes. So time to gather some blueberries and enjoy some bountiful Mother Nature. And as you can see, we find currants ripening up. A very rare treat. You don't find a lot of currants. So, anyways, these are currant berries. I guess you call them currant berries. Okay, so these are Nangoon berries, or also known as wine berries. And there's nice one. They're not quite ripe yet, but as you can see, there's lots of little berry plants, and soon the Nangoon berries will be ready to be picked and eaten. So just to give you an idea for scale, it's on my fingers, and so they're small little berries and got grass in the way. They're not big berries, but they're tasty. Okay, for those of you who have seen the movie Arsenic and Old Lace and are familiar with elderberry wine, these are elderberries. They're not edible raw. You must cook them before you can eat them. So you cook them, you ferment them, you gotta do something to make them useful. But these are elderberries, and since not too many people make elderberry wine, there's lots of them. No one really picks them. And still, Thunderbird Falls, okay, naturally a plane flies over, but these are watermelon berries. They don't look like watermelon, but they taste like watermelon, and they're very ripe, and I'm going to eat them. Okay, this is a high bush cranberry, what the leaves look like. Got some more growing over here. There aren't many on this plant this year. There's a few down here, and some more down here. This is actually in my yard. I don't actually have to go very far to find high bush cranberries. They grow wild in my yard. But I would suggest not eating them until after the first heavy frost. They're kind of bitter right now, but once you have a heavy frost, they're only a little bit bitter. So, but they do taste much better after they've been frozen. So those are the high bush cranberries. They can be used for just eating or making jams and jellies, or putting with your turkey at Thanksgiving. These are the highly prized salmon berries. Rare to find them, not a lot about, but when you do find them, you just pick them and eat them. These are brambleberries. They're hard to find, but when you do find them, they're very, very tasty. And they always grow in pairs like that, so they're usually easy. Well, they're hard to find, but when you spot them, you know what you have. More brambleberries, and sometimes they come in threes, so I shouldn't say they always come in pairs, but pairs or threes, but they're easy to spot. Let's just put it this way, you rarely ever see just one. It's either twos or threes. It's a bit windy, but these are skunk currants. They look like currants. Even the leaves look like currant leaves. But if you can see, there's little hairs on the berries. Yes, it's very windy. And yeah, you don't want to eat these. These are skunk currants, and they're not really edible. So just oops, his camera wants to focus where I don't want it to. So As you can see, that's a skunk current. You don't want to eat those.